Welcome to All-Star Week here on Fox Sports San Diego. Today, the Padres and the Colorado Rockies wrap up a three-game series live from Coors Field in downtown Denver, Colorado. And Charlie Blackmon, he did the damage last night for the Rockies against Tyson Ross. A two-run home run, his 13th of the year, and a tight 2-1 victory for the Rockies over the Padres. Blackmon leading all leadoff hitters in baseball with 46 RBIs. As we welcome you to Game 3 of this series, the Padres and the Rockies, the rubber game, as these two NL West go at it under beautiful, hot summer conditions. On the mound, Eric Stultz for the Padres, fresh from his best outing of the season against San Francisco, Mark Grant.
Yeah, it was his 19th start today, and you know what? His last outing, 7 solid innings. He only surrendered 4 hits against the San Francisco Giants. He has quickened up the leg kick, the tempo of his delivery, and that's why I think he really had his best outing, getting more momentum, more ticks on the velocity of the fastball. Also, the breaking ball is much sharper. He only really had one stressful inning against the Giants.
3-1 lifetime against the Rockies, looking for his first road win of the season against veteran Jair Jurrjens from Curacao. He is an emergency starter for the Rockies with all their injuries in the starting rotation. He's pitched only once against the Dodgers, and they roughed him up rather badly.
Yeah, he's got some big league experience with the Atlanta Braves, signed as a non-drafted free agent back in the day with the Detroit Tigers. But look at these numbers. The Dodgers hit for the cycle in the first inning. After that, he retired 7 of the 8 hitters. But he showed some signs of some good pitches, left some pitches up, had some issues with the altitude, too. They took him to the hospital after the game, had some chest pains, breathing issues. He is fine. He's going to have to make an adjustment today against the Padres.
Lifetime with Atlanta against the Padres, Jurrjens 4-1. Well, Eric Stultz stepping it up in more ways than one. That's good news. Hurry up, Eric Stultz. That story when we come back.
Welcome back to Coors Field. Rubber match between the Padres and the Rockies just minutes away. And as the guys in the booth said, Eric Stoltz coming off one of his best outings of the season against San Francisco. Went 7 innings, didn't give up an earned run, also getting 6 strikeouts in the process. And a lot of that is because of the change in his mechanics, the up-tip in tempo in between pitches, also that quicker leg kick and wind-up. Here's Buddy Black on the effects of those new mechanics.
We sped up his delivery out of the windup, and I think he's, because of the aggressiveness and the momentum-building delivery, I think it's helped his fastball velocity. It's up just a little bit. If Stoltze's 86, 87, 88, we're seeing 87, 88, 89, 90. So, just a little bit of uptick in the velocity. A little quicker in between pitches, I think, helps his aggressiveness and going after hitters.
That's your Geico quote of the game. Eric Stoltz will see if he can get the same kind of results today against the Rockies. Game 3 rubber match. Can the Padres steal a series on the road before jetting off to L.A.? We got first pitch coming up.
Hello, hello. Test. Here in Colorado, all they can talk about is the Saquon Pick the Stick. And you fans can decide who you're with by tweeting out hashtag I'm with. Last name of the broadcaster you think today will have the best pick. And if you're right, you could win a free foursome of golf at the Saquon Golf Resort. And there are the picks. I'll go with Denorfia. Mark Grant takes Seth Smith, who's leading off. Mike Pomerantz has Headley. Mark Sweeney with Grandal. And Gopert is the choice of Chris Button, who has been red hot here. Couple of winners in Denver. Chris Button. Eighth season as the Padres manager. Bud Black has selected his starting lineup. Brought to you by Toyota. And here's a look at that lineup. Seth Smith will lead it off with Chris Denorfia batting second. Chase Headley at third. And will hit third. Yasmani Grandal in the cleanup spot. Jake Gopert had a pinch hit last night. He bats fifth. Will Venable in center field hit sixth. Then Alexi Amarista, who has great success here at Coors Field. Alexi batting .354 in 18 games. Irving Falou gets his fourth start as a Padre at second base. And Eric Stoltz on the mound. And Padre fans are here. Chance to check out the umpiring crew. Clint Fagan calling balls and strikes with Barrett, Culpa, and Reynolds on the bases.
Looking at last night's box score in the game, it was kind of frustrating that the Padres really couldn't put anything together. Chris Denorfia had a nice night, 3 hits leading off. They need some multiple hits in the middle of that order. Spread around the love a little bit, and hopefully get Jurgens on the ropes early.
Yeah, 8 times they had runners in scoring position last night and weren't able to deliver the big hit. Oh, the scouting report. Let's check out Jair Jurgens from Curacao.
No, he's got the fastball, 88 to 92. Sometimes he'll touch 93. He's got the changeup and the slider, and once in a while, it's a very rare pitch, but he'll flip up a curveball as well. And I tell you what, when he was in a Braves uniform, he had a couple of good years with the Braves.
Very good years, and was highly successful against the Padres 4 in one lifetime. He was an all-star in 2011, and then a knee injury and other problems developed, and he hasn't won a game in over 2 years in the big leagues.
Well, he's got a great opportunity here in Colorado. He's the 13th starter that they've used this year for the Rockies.
Check the defense of Walt Weiss behind Jurgens. In the outfield, getting a start tonight, or today, Brandon Barnes with Drew Stubbs in center. Charlie Blackmon on his way to the All-Star game in right. Arenado, Tulowitzki, the top vote getter in the National League at shortstop. LeMahieu and a new face, Parker. He was a former quarterback at Clemson at first base. Kyle Parker and Willeen Rosario behind the plate for Jurgens.
Well, like Bud Black always says, Walt Weiss, you got to keep guys sharp. Day game after a night game is the all-star third baseman. Shortstop, that is. Troy Tulowitzki gets ready for another midsummer classic. So Walt Weiss trying to give some bench players some at-bats.
Only 2 games separate the two teams in the NL West. The Padres 10 behind the Dodgers, Colorado 12. And this series has been close. Going into this game, the Rockies have been 5 and the Padres 4 the first 9 meetings. Rubber game of the 3-game series, and Seth Smith will start it for the Padres. Leading in almost every offensive category. Smith, who came off the bench and doubled last night in the 9th inning. First pitch by Jurgens. We're underway in Colorado. Ball 1.
Another beautiful day, Dick, in the Mile High City.
Very nice. There are some ominous thunder heads out to the west. Hopefully they'll stay away. Ball 2. Temperature in the 90s today. At least that's the prediction. And hopefully those don't bring rain. Currently at 89. Very little breeze. Two and 1. 87 on that pitch. Big ballpark, left field 347, right field line 350, center field 415. Lots of lawn out there to aim your base hits.
Outfielders keep the hammies loose.
Ball is driven into the right field corner, and Smith has started things with a base hit. Cutting it off is Blackmon, and Smith has to put on the brakes as he skids around first base. Fast fielding by Blackmon holds Smith to a single. Good to have him back in the lineup. He makes a difference.
He sure does. He's familiar here with the digs here at Coors Field and sees the ball well. Good eye at the plate. Seth Smith, boy, he leans on that one nicely. And, Charlie Blackmon showing off that arm as well. He gets to this ball, cuts it off before it gets to the wall. That grass kind of eats it up a little bit. That was a one-hop strike to second base.
So Smith aboard to start the game, and here's Chris Denorfia. Denorfia here at Coors has, in his career, been a 300 hitter plus, 318 to be exact. 3 hits last night to lead the Padres. 8-hit attack. Just couldn't come up with that big knock with runners in scoring position. The only run on Rene Rivera's 6th home run of the season. Jurgens is 6'1", 200-pounder, 28 years of age. Career record with Atlanta, 53 and 38. And then injury woes have sidelined him. Picked up from Cincinnati, where he was playing in their minor league system. They traded an infielder, Harold Riggins, did the Rockies to get him. Desperation. They've so many injuries of their starting rotation. Jordan Lyles, Brett Anderson, Shulis Chassin, Tyler Chatwood. all injured.
And that's why the Reds signed Jurgens. You know, they had some questionable starters as far as injuries were concerned. So he was pretty much signed as an insurance policy. As Tyson Ross looks on, didn't get much support last night, but he threw the ball really well. So Jurgens then traded over here and getting a great opportunity.
Big hole right side for Denorfia. 1-2 the count. Fly ball right center field. Center fielder Drew Stubbs with the catch. One away. And let's take time for our top tier player profile, brought to you by Arco, as we take a look at the 28-year-old Jair Jurgens. Signed as a free agent by the Tigers, but we know him after an 8-year major league career, almost primarily with the Braves. All of his wins with the Braves. All-Star in 2011. And then things fell apart. He was 12-4 going into that All-Star game.
Yeah, and you know, with that Braves team, you know, he put up those good numbers. He had some good offense behind him too. Some good offensive clubs there in Atlanta.
Good point. And that takes you right back to Tyson Ross last night. The 8th time the Padres have scored 1 run or no runs when Ross has pitched. I mean, he very easily, instead of being 7-9, could be 11-6, even 12-5.
Sure.
Chase Headley, 1-1. Chase had his 6-game hitting streak snapped last night, went 0 for 4. Padres trying to win a series and then head to Los Angeles tonight. Start a 4-game set with the Dodgers tomorrow night.
Well, hopefully that grip pays off again for the old grip, right? For Chase Headley pays off again.
The grip that he used 2 years ago when he
exactly.
knocked in 115 runs.
Get some multiple base runners, and maybe Yasmani Grandal can bring him around. Should have no problem seeing the ball today. Good batter's eye here in Colorado. Right out straight center field.
In the dirt, blocked by Rosario. 2-2. The Rockies falling on hard times. Last 22 games, 4 wins, 18 losses.
Ouch.
And much of that connected to the injury to third baseman Nolan Arenado, as well as Cargo Gonzalez. 2 big players out of the lineup for over a month. That ball's in there, and Headley caught looking. Yasmani Grandal, the catcher, and lost in all of the statistical information. Grandal with a 205 average, but 16 of his 36 hits extra bases. Lost is the fact that when Grandal catches, the Padres win. They're 66 and 53 when he's the starting catcher. In part because he can bring that long ball bat into the fray.
And remember, we talked about it. His first home runs came here, right? So I don't care what kind of hitter you are. If you're successful right out of the gate at a certain venue, you feel good about hitting at that venue for a long time. You know, you take an 0 for 15 at a certain place. Boy, I really hate hitting here. You hit a couple home runs in a right?
It's like a basketball shooter. You get in a certain court, man, I just feel like everything's going in.
Yep.
Smith still at first, 2 outs, and 1-1 to Grandal. Grandal second on the team in home runs with 7, behind Smith with 9. Good cut there.
Well, you never really know what the weather is going to give you here in Colorado, right? And Dick, you mentioned it. You gave the weather report, 88 degrees and just a slight breeze coming in from left. So the wind blowing in a little bit. Hey, 20 minutes from now, it might be heavy starts going right out to center field.
Yeah, we saw that game 1 on Monday night. Spectacular lightning storm. Padres won it 6-1. And chasing and swinging and missing is Grandal. So Jurgen strikes out Headley and Grandal to close out the first inning. Blackman, Stubbs, and Tulowitzki to bat for the Rockies. Watch out for those number 5s. Those are the ones that are able to rock you around a bit, but that looks like a nice little ride on a midweek afternoon. Let's go back to baseball, and the Rockies come up in the first inning against Eric Stoltz. Here's their lineup. Charlie Blackmon, 2 big hits, a double and a 2-run home run last night. Then Drew Stubbs, Troy Tulowitzki, the leading average in all of baseball. William Rosario, the catcher, punishes the Padres. Nolan Arenado, Gold Glove as a rookie and hitting .288. Kyle Parker looking for his first major league hit at first base. Brandon Barnes in left. LeMahieu at second, and Jurgens will bat 9th. Eric Stoltz looks for his first road win.
And the scouting report for Eric Stoltz, making his 19th start. Keep up the tempo. Bud Black talked about that earlier. And the off-speed pitches for strikes, especially here in Colorado. He can't groove that fastball. He's got to work the edges. Eric Stoltz gives up a lot of hits.
He's been successful against the Rockies in his career, 3-1, ERA of 3.81. Blackmon on the second pitch of the game off Eric Stoltz gives the Rockies an early lead, 1-0. That's the power alley, right center field, and Blackmon takes the grand tour for the 14th time this year. What a leadoff hitter. The Rockies have scored 4 runs in the 3 games of this series, all on home runs. Drew Stubbs a solo Monday night in the 6-1 Padre win. Blackmon a 2-run homer last night, and he ignites one early here this afternoon.
Well, remember, prior to this series, Charlie Blackmon was not swinging the bat well. And then last night, as you mentioned, Dick, the double, the home run, and he got all of that one.
Brings up Drew Stubbs.
Well, the 4th leadoff home run this year for Charlie Blackmon. As you mentioned, Dick, yeah. He's doing a fine job in that leadoff spot.
No one close to him in the big leagues in terms of RBIs. That's his 47th run batted in hitting leadoff. Second is Billy Hamilton, 36 RBIs. 1-1 to Drew Stubbs. And again, as we mentioned last night, first inning has been the toughest inning for the Padres in terms of the opponent's scoring. That's the 51st run scored in the first inning against Padre pitching this year. That means you're not taking the early lead.
Right. Well, giving up home runs. Oh, good pitch right there by Stoltz.
But looking at Stubbs, first strikeout for the Hoosier left-hander.
Like a little backdoor slider. Good location. And you know what? Good job of bouncing back after the home run. You're going to give up home runs, but nobody likes to give up lead-off home runs. And let's see if Eric Stoltz can quickly get 2 more outs here and just leave it at 1.
Just erase that first Blackman swing out of your mind.
That's the 17th home run given up this year by Eric in his 19 starts. So not bad.
But only 5 by left-handed hitters.
Right.
Tulowitzki leads the club with 18 homers and leads the majors with a .348 batting average, and he drives it deep to left. If it's fair, it's gone. Another home run. #19th of the season for the All-Star shortstop, and the 16th time he's homered off Padre pitching. That would qualify as a nemesis.
Well, 0-1, and we know how important it is for Eric Stoltz to locate the fastball. And Troy Tulowitzki, he loves to turn on the fastball in. That was right on the inside corner. Got to it, kept it fair. If you're going to try to throw inside to that kid, Tulowitzki, you better make sure it's in off the plate. Maybe about a ball or 2 width. Just caught too much of the plate there.
Here's another home run hitter, catcher Rosario. 4 for 13 against Stoltz with a home run. Well, a quick 2-0 lead in the first inning as the Rockies come out playing long ball. Two and 1 to Rosario. Has to be a bit unnerving. Face 3 batters and 2 of them homer off you.
Adjustment, right? Got to make an adjustment. Eric knows that. Mentioned he's going to give it.
Rosario losing his bat, and that may have injured someone. At first row behind the Padre dugout, a gentleman holding his forehead. That's his wrist, I guess. Padres all standing and looking back into the crowd. Rosario staring over there, concerned about the fan who's going to go to the first aid station under his own power. Fans give him a hand. He barely settled in there and said, hey, these are the greatest seats I've ever been in, right behind the dugout.
Gosh, you know, it's something that, even as a little kid, what did your dad always tell you? Hey, keep your eye on the ball, keep your eye on the hitter. Always.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep your eye on a bat that's pinwheeling toward you.
Yeah, I hate to see that. Everybody hates to see that.
And the count stays at 2-2 to Rosario. Not a lot of time to react, as he's about as close to home plate as you can get and not be behind the screen.
I'm surprised, you know, more people didn't duck underneath those seats by the dugout there. They got some protection there. Hit the dirt.
Full count now to Rosario.
I'm just glad he got up under his own power.
And another foul. Blackman and Tulowitzki with home runs here in the first inning for the Rockies. Colorado #1 in the National League in hitting and last in pitching. Foul tip, strike 3, and a couple of strikeouts for Stoltz. So home run, strikeout as we check the Padres defense, brought to you by the Aramco Group. Seth Smith in left, Will Venable at center today with Kristen Orphy in right. Infield of Headley, Amarista, Falou at second, and Gobert handling the bag at first. Grandal behind the plate for Stoltz. Nolan Arenado. Missed 37 games with that fractured middle finger of his left hand, and it really cost the Rockies his absence. They were only 3 games out of first place when he was injured late May, and now they're 12 games out of first.
Yeah, he's a threat. He's in scoring position when he's in the batter's box. Especially with that glove too. How many, not only how many he drives in, but how many he saves. How many runs he saves when he's out there fielding at third base.
He's brilliant. There was no doubt as a rookie his winning the Gold Glove, and he hits it sharply, but Amarista there to move to his left and throw him out. That ends the first inning, but a productive one it was for the Rockies, started by Blackman, his 14th, and Tulowitzki, number 19. 2-0 Colorado. All right, Mike. Colorado leading 2-0. I'm going to make a prediction here early. I don't do that very often because I'm always wrong. But I think it's going to take 6 runs to win this game. You're going to have to score 6 to win. Jake Gobert. Then Will Venable and Alexi Amarista in the second inning. Rockies got 2. And we've got a long way to go in this home run friendly ballpark.
I think that's a pretty good little nugget. I'd have to agree with you there.
All right, let's mark it down. Swing and a miss. 1-2 as we check the UT San Diego standings in the NL West with the Giants and the Dodgers losing last night. We're 10 back. Colorado 12.5 and Arizona 13. Gobert with a fly ball to right. Blackman right there. 1 away.
Hey, and Dick, looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, Detroit 3, Dodgers 1 in the 8th.
That's quite a matchup. Greinke against Scherzer.
In the Motor City.
Verlander gave up 5 in the first inning last night, and that's all the Dodgers got as Tigers pounded them 14-5. Will Venable. 192 is average. He hasn't homered in a full month. Maybe this is the place and the time. One ball and 1 strike. Jurgens only 28, trying to revitalize his career. He was brilliant in Atlanta, but for 2 years injuries have sidelined him. 2-1.
I was talking to some of the Rockies announcers prior to the game. They said, and I mentioned in the open, Jurgen's experienced some chest pains and shortness of breath his first outing, and just not really used to the altitude. He's all excited and he's got the adrenaline going. It really wears you out here if you're not used to it.
Yeah, it's just you take just a normal walk and all of a sudden, why is it so hard to breathe? Yeah.
Not only mentally but physically as well. You and I were talking to Ian Kennedy before the game. He said, you really have to make an effort to try to pitch down to the zone here. Just aim a little lower. And, it's part of the grind pitching here.
The other is Houston Street related when he came over to the Padres is that it's tough to recover.
Yes. Yep.
Especially a relief pitcher. You might be able to go 2-3 games in a row in San Diego, but here you go 2 in a row here and you're hurt.
That's a great point.
Excuse me, foul. And the count stays full.
I'm surprised they don't have here in Denver. I think some hockey teams have them. And I think I'm saying it right when I say hyperbaric chambers, to where it's 100% oxygen, like after playing a game. They sit in there like for maybe a half hour or whatever, and it rejuvenates your system as far as with oxygen for recoup time.
Fly ball hit well to left field. That's in the alley. Barnes can't get there. Over his head to the 390 sign. And Will Venable is into second base with a double. 1 out in the second. Going the opposite way for a 2-bagger. Venable. That sets up a chance for the Padres to cut into that 2-0 lead.
Well, that's the thing about here at Coors Field. Jurgen's going down and away, and William hitting it right where it was pitched. That ball was hit very, very well. You look at Barnes, he kind of beelined over towards the gap, and then kind of went back a little bit, but by that time it was too late.
Yeah, the Rockies have missed the defensive abilities of Cargo. And Carlos Gonzalez is such an outstanding defensive player as well.
A good battle for Will Venable. That was a 7-pitch at-bat.
Amarista. Yeah, you talk about favorite places to hit. Amarista would have to put Coors at the top of his list in 18 games, batting .354 here. Well above his overall average. Had a hit last night in 4 trips and lined out.
I have to keep an eye on how many pitches to left-handed hitters Jurgens goes inside. That pitch to Venable, away. That pitch to Amarista, away. Maybe you'll fall into a pattern and you see the Fox tracks. Both pitches away to Alexi.
In the dirt all the way to the screen, but then it comes right back to Rosario, and Venable is out. Now, how bad a luck is that? The ball goes through full speed, hits the backstop, and caroms perfectly to Rosario, and he throws out Venable. Oh, my.
That is unbelievable. I've seen caroms go back to the catcher very quickly, but I've never seen one on a silver platter like this.
He didn't even touch it. It hits that lower brick wall. And look how quickly it caroms back to him. Perfectly. You couldn't have thrown it to him any better.
And that ball nearly hits the umpire, too. It went right by the umpire's shoulder, right into the glove of Rosario.
Yeah, that erases the runner, and the count now 2-2 to Amarista. No one aboard, 2 outs.
Watch this ball as it bounces back just over the umpire's left shoulder.
That's just
you have to laugh.
You do, because that's ridiculously bad luck. Foul tip. See, that's a hard brick surface there, that lower wall, and it just trampolined right back to Rosario. Hang in there.
A couple of years ago, that backstop was 6 feet back. Farther, they added some seats for the fan experience right behind home plate. Well, that's the way the ball bounces, I guess. Is that what they used to say? Right?
Yeah, you can still say that, actually.
Yeah, you can?
Yeah.
Really?
Salt in the wounds kind of play. Again, the 2-2. Wouldn't you know it? Then a base hit from Amarista. That would have given the Padres a run. You almost could have figured that just right in a base hit there. You knew that was going to happen. So a double single, nothing to show for it. As we look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your Honda dealers of San Diego County.
Well, I looked at yesterday's ball game, and I was up till 3:35 in the morning thinking about the keys for today. So, hit with runners in scoring position, because last night Padres were 0 for 8 in the series prior to today's game, 3 for 17, and keep the ball in the yard. And Eric Stoltz, he's missed with location a couple of pitches, so only down by 2. Hopefully he can make the adjustment, keep the ball in the yard, and the Padres try to bounce back.
Yeah, the wild pitch has cost the Padres a run. They lose a runner on a wild pitch. Here's Falou. He's 2 for 13 as a Padre, 2 for 23 overall, counting a few at bats with Milwaukee. 1-1 the count. He was hitting .306 at Nashville in the Milwaukee system, 43 games. And the Padres claimed him on waivers. Amarista with 2 outs. A good lead. And a roller to second base. LeMahieu throws him out. Padres almost scored a run. 2 hits. It's still 2-0.
To continue and follow up on what Mark and Dick were talking about with the altitude here, I was talking with Houston Street before the game, and he said it's that second day, they call it second day soreness, where everything about your body is just a tick slower. He also said the dehydration. You have to drink twice as much water here just to feel normal. On a day like today where we're already reaching 90 degrees, maybe 3 times the amount of water would be good today, guys.
All right, thank you, Chris. Yeah, it's a challenge of this high altitude. And the Padres, the veterans, have certainly had a chance to work it out. As we go to the bottom of the second, and we introduce Kyle Parker to you. First baseman was the freshman quarterback starter at Clemson. That's how good he was with the Tigers. #1 draft pick 4 years ago by the Rockies. Home run hitter in the minors, looking for his first big league hit.
Well, somewhere Mike Pomerantz is smiling ear to ear.
He's a Tiger.
Yeah.
In his 3 minor league seasons, Parker hitting 21, 23, and 23 home runs. He had 10 this year at Colorado Springs. Late call strike from Fagan. 1-2. 24 years of age. As a freshman at Clemson, threw 20 touchdown passes.
Have you ever been to Clemson for a football game?
Not football, basketball.
Yeah. Pretty good atmosphere, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. When you drive out, I can't remember the city, the bigger city going out to Clemson, but they got all those tiger paws on the highway that lead you into the campus. There's his first major league base hit. Kyle Parker with a solid single to left field. And they'll bring that ball into the dugout. And Parker with a leadoff single can relax after going 0 for 6. Finally has that first major league hit. That can be elusive.
Absolutely. And the pitch is down and it catches a little bit too much. Oh, actually, that was if taking a ball. So Parker actually goes down and gets that pitch. Hey, good extension right there. Good looking swing. Yeah, the Rockies really have a handful of youngsters coming up through the chain there who are getting some big league time and have some bright futures.
Brandon Barnes getting a start. He's hitting .253. Chop to Headley. No, he can't get it. Amarista can for one, and safe on the fielder's choice is Barnes on the 6-4 put out at second of Parker.
I'll tell you what, that is great concentration on behalf of Alexi Amarista. Why? He got screened by Chase Headley, it looked like, from our vantage point. Almost like a hockey goalie in the crease. And the defenseman in front of that goalie trying to let the puck go through. Watch Chase here. He goes up for it, and Alexi now, he's got the hop to worry about. Catches it to his left and fires the strike to get the lead runner.
He continues to play an outstanding shortstop.
That's not as easy as it looks. And you're right, Dick. I agree with you. I mean, I feel comfortable with Alexi Amarista in the lineup playing anywhere. He's going to do a solid job.
Proves his value at so many positions, and shortstop it appears is his best. And he feels very comfortable there. He can get into the hole. He's got the arm to throw out from deep at short. He's turned some nice double plays, bad hops. He's out hitting Cabrera. Still on the shelf with that hamstring. LeMahieu at .274. Had a single in 3 trips and a line out last night, a single in 2 on Monday night, so 2 for 5 in the series. Out of play, and good news, that gentleman that was hit by Rosario's flying bat just behind the dugout of the Padres is back in his seat. So they've patched him up, and as any good fan, I'm not going to leave the ball yard. In fact, I've got a souvenir.
You know what I would have done? I would have went to the souvenir stand and bought one of those plastic helmets. Like a Rockies helmet if you're a Rockies fan. Maybe even a Padre helmet. But no, that's good to see.
Brandon Barnes at first base with 1 out. He has a story to tell, and that bat will be placed in a prominent spot. Looked like it was the right wrist and not the forehead. He was leaning forward on that wrist, just in pain initially. We were afraid he might have been hit in the head. 1-2 now, LeMahieu. 6 for 16. He's had some success against Stoltz. He'll be celebrating a birthday this coming week. 26 years of age coming up for LeMahieu. And Stoltz throws that one that far out of the strike zone, and you kind of have to raise up and say, what's going on here? Because he has such good control. Walks so few. In fact, he's walked only 23 men in 18 starts. 14th fewest in all of major leagues. And he misses again, and the count is full.
And we know when Eric is on with that control, which is majority of the time, he's peppering that outside corner. Little cutters, sliders in. He works quickly, and he gets quick outs.
Hit well to right field. That's going to chase Denorfia to the warning path, and he makes the catch in front of the Jackie Robinson 42 marker. Long out LeMahieu. 2 gone. Brings up the pitcher Jurgens. Jurgens no at bats this year, but he swings a pretty good one there. Fly ball into center. Will Venable tucks it away, and the Rockies gone in the second. We've completed 2, and it's Colorado 2, the Padres nothing. Brewers sun cover. That's a cold hard fact right there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, very innovative, very nice.
2-0 Colorado, top of the third. Eric Stoltz will start it for the Padres with Smith and Denorfia to follow.
That one kid looked like he was going to go pan for gold up into the river, up in the mountains here. And so Padre Brown in the house representing today here in Denver.
Lots of youngsters too. Sections of teams or youth clubs throughout Coors Field today, entertained by the Rockies.
You know, the rock pile here, straightaway center field, very popular area for the Rockies fans. I remember back in the day when that first started, it was like $5. Almost like, you know, it's their version of Park at the Park. Remember, you know, Dick at Petco, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the same with their the rooftop section that they've added up in the top of the right center field stands.
Boy, if you get a home run ball up there, up in the rock pile, or if that rooftop, that's a bolt.
Oh, you ought to get a new car and a trip to Hawaii.
Win a suit, right? Like back in the old days.
Yeah, that's right.
Hit this sign, win a suit.
Stoltze, 2 for 22 this year, but not an automatic out. Chases that one, 0-2.
Before the game, I was in the clubhouse in the video room and with Mikey Tompkins, who does a great job. And hey, Sasquatch is back. He's a season ticket holder. And Eric was looking at video. And Mike Tompkins, he was kind of egging me on to take Eric Stoltz and pick the stick.
Swing and a miss. And a 3-pitch strikeout for Jurgens. His third. And to the top of the order, Seth Smith singled his first time.
It's not that I don't love Eric Stoltz, but I had first pick today, and I went with the leadoff hitter, the gentleman you're looking at right now.
Yeah, that's a good pick. He's got a lifetime average of 300 here at Coors Field. And against Colorado, even better, 440. 11 for 25, and that doesn't count a single the first time up as you look at young Jesse Hahn with Tyson Ross there on the Padres bench. Rene Rivera, home run last night. See those pitchers, the last 8 games, the starting pitching for the Padres has allowed a total of 8 runs.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, the ERA collectively for the ball club continues to creep down. Now second in the National League with a 3.20.
Yeah, the pitching's been good enough certainly to have a winning record on the year, but not a lot of support from the hitters. It's really interesting to contrast these two teams. The Padres have the worst batting average in the majors, but almost the best pitching, and the reverse for Colorado, the worst pitching and the best hitting. And 3-1 to Smith.
Clint Fagan, the home plate umpire, calling the high strike. Got no problem with that. If it's a legitimate strike, hey, call it. Good hitters count here for Seth.
And ball 4. Smith the board again, a 1-out walk. That'll bring the tying run to the plate for the Padres. Chris Denorfia.
Oh, I had one of these yesterday, Dick. After I crushed a cheesesteak sandwich.
Yeah.
Chocolate covered bananas and strawberries.
Oh, that's an interesting.
It was so good.
Item, isn't it?
So good.
Little chocolate in between there.
That white chocolate and dark chocolate. Swirled on the strawberries and banana on a skewer.
You don't have to eat the skewer
no,
part. Huh?
No.
You try?
You can use it as a toothpick, though, after. You get the strawberry seeds out.
Too much information. Denorfia fly to center his first time.
By the way, the rock pile, $4. Pretty good value, huh?
Today?
Yeah.
Still, I mean, you're a long way away, obviously, but hey, that's a great bargain. I mean, where can you go for $4 and be entertained for 3 hours and have a little sunshine?
Yeah.
Ball in the dirt, and Smith started to go. Padres have been burned on that already today. Wild pitch. Got to watch the ricochets. What's it cost to go to the movie theater these days? Isn't it?
Oh man, I'm
$10 at least.
Yeah, $10 or $12 for a movie.
So you can bring 2.5 people and sit up there in the rock pile and see baseball for that. Couldn't check back to Denorfia. 1-1. Unhappy with himself. That could have given him a 2-0 pitch to look at.
You know what I love? I love to see the old pictures when people put them like in scrapbooks or baseball books to old ticket stubs. I remember my dad taking me to Comiskey Park, where it was, I think it was like $1.50 for the grandstands in the outfield.
Yeah. The bleachers.
Yeah.
I remember when it was $1 in Detroit. Line foul. Watch out. That one could put a tattoo on you.
You know why they call them the bleachers, right? Back in the old days, out in the outfield, it was made of wood. Right. And they would paint the wood. Well, through time, the sun would bleach the wood, hence the name bleachers.
That's a good little nugget. Yeah, that's nice.
And, of course, now they're made of that
plastic
stuff that stands up to the weather.
Who just did foul tip that to stay alive. 1-2. Meanwhile, the tickets in that rooftop section up in right center field, not a lot of seats up there. It's like the Western Metal Supply Building roof. That's the same principle here.
A lot of standing room.
Yeah,
right?
You stay there. Good food, good drinks. $14, but they give you $6 a concession credit.
Oh, that's nice.
Smith leads away, 1 out. Denorfia. 1-2 the count.
Chris doing a good job of trying to spray the ball over the whole field. Foul balls down the right field line. He smoked that last one down the left field line. He does that so well. We've seen over the course of time. How short and quick he is to that fastball up and away there, huh?
Protecting, yeah.
Well, after that last pitch, Willeen Rosario is out to have a chat, and Sasquatch is trying to make new friends.
Well, you referred to him as male. How do you know he's a male? And why?
That's a good question. I stand corrected. You are absolutely
I want you to be politically
right.
correct.
That thing is enjoying a big league ball game.
There's a whole foundation that checks on people like you that assume that they're male.
Looks like he's spent a lot of time out in the sun.
Back we go, 1-2. And he gets him. Well, this isn't the Jurgens that the Dodgers cuffed around. 12 hits and 8 runs in 4 2/3 innings. He struck out 4 and walked 1. Time for you to tweet your photo using hashtag #SDFanPhoto. A chance to have it shown in an upcoming telecast brought to you by AT&T. Headley took a 3rd strike his first time. Ball 1. Much like last night, Padres with a base runner every inning. Every inning but 2 last night. Stranded 9 men. Ground ball to second. LeMahieu over to Parker, and the Padres are out in the 3rd. 2-0 Colorado at Coors Field. Ram Trucks Tools of the Trade takes focus.
Hey, let's go back to yesterday. Tyson Ross pitching against Charlie Blackmon. Watch this location, down and in, and that's a double for Charlie Blackmon to lead off the game. Now, in the 3rd inning, Charlie Blackmon comes up. Look at the pitch. It's a slider, down and in, same location. The only difference, Charlie Blackmon elevates this one for a 2-run shot, his 13th of the year. It was a 2-2 slider. Tyson Ross trying to put him away, and Charlie Blackmon put it away into the right field bleachers.
And Bud Black said, hey, that was a good pitch. And in fact, Blackmon said, I was looking for a fastball there, and the slider enough off speed that I got out in front of it and hit the home run.
And believe me, Tyson Ross will remember that, and he will make an adjustment, no doubt about it.
Well, today, Charlie Blackmon went a little deeper to right center field, and there was no doubt about that as he led off the 1st inning. And homers off Eric Stoltz. And on this occasion, chops one over the mound. Amarista on the run, throws him out. Good play again by Alexi.
Well, it looks like Blackman gets down the line pretty well from the left side. The high chopper, the transfer. Not with two hands, and there's nothing wrong with that. But clean transfer and a nice job by Jake Gobert staying on the bag. That throw was up to his left and elevated a little bit. He tiptoed on the bag for the out.
Drew Stubbs took a third strike his first time and takes strike one. Time for the Saquon Casino vacation stat of the game. Just talking about July here. Most strikeouts by a hitter, and Drew Stubbs leading the way with 14.
You know, with his speed, and it's no secret, he's got to cut down on the strikeouts, put the ball in play.
No, that's one of the reasons why Cincinnati finally gave up on him. He just strikes out too much. Good outfielder. When he was at Cincinnati, they were all raving. They said no one could catch him. He's by far their fastest player. High fly ball, right center. Venable to the path to make the catch.
Boy, that wasn't even Drew Stubbs' best swing.
How far it went? About 400 foot out. 2 outs. Tulowitzki, the All-Star and the captain of the Home Run Derby group for the National League. He'll show him how. Hit his 19th, a line shot to left field, first time up. This is a laser to left into that tunnel going west. I think it's in Breckenridge right about now, and some man picking it up.
He turned on the inside fastball. Let's see what Eric Stoltz does this time around. Starts him off by going away. Fastball at 90 from Eric on that last pitch.
There's rumbles here, and it's just all in the rumor mill, and when teams aren't playing well, you need something to talk about or write about. That Tulo wouldn't mind being traded. That's in there. 1-2. He's the face of the franchise. There you see his numbers against the Padres. 16 homers, counting the one today. Two balls and 2 strikes.
Dick, if I were to bet you $100 and say, hey, Dick, I'll bet you $100 that was the first home run from Troy Tulowitzki since June 15th, would you take that bet?
I really would. Yeah, he could.
You owe me $100 then.
Well, I didn't say I was going to bet.
That was his first home run since June 15th.
And here we are on July 9th.
Is that unbelievable?
And he had 18.
Oh, yeah, he was on fire there early. I mean, he was unstoppable.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No one aboard here in the bottom 3rd inning. Coors Field in Denver, and the Rockies leading it, as you can see, 2-0. 2 home runs. All the runs scored by Colorado in the 3 games of the series accounted for on home runs. That's in there, strike 3. Stoltz posts his 3rd strikeout of the game, and we've completed 3. Cleanup man, Yasmani Grandal. He's got the extra base hit. A comment going, and let's see if he can do something to start the 4th. Ski Paradise. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball by Petco, the power of together. By your San Diego Lexus dealer. And by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. Dick Enbert with Mark Grant, Chris Button at Coors Field as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Grandal, Gobert, and Venable, the middle three of the order for San Diego against Jair Jurgens. So far allowing 3 hits and 1 walk, but no runs. Grandal struck out the first time. Padres unlucky in the second inning with 1 out. Venable doubled and Amarista singled, but in between a wild pitch went to the backstop. Karen Bright to catcher Rosario, and he threw out Venable at third base, so no run for the Padres. 0-2. Little purpose pitch. Thirteenth starter for Colorado this year with all their injuries. Texas is second with 11 different starters.
Boy, very few times that teams go through a season. In fact, I think wasn't it the Cincinnati Reds within the last 3 or 4 years, wire to wire with 5 starters.
That was 2 years ago. Yeah. Texting the girl next to her. 2-2.
Well, we mentioned it a couple of days ago and yesterday that the Rockies have used 13 starters. The Padres have used 10. But collectively for these Rocks, 25 pitchers total. Seems to be commonplace here in Colorado in pitchers. Turnover.
That ball hit pretty well. Chasing Stubbs back at center field. That's over his head off the wall. Here's the throw into second base. Grandal better hurry. And he makes it a double. Oh, again, how the ball carries. A line shot 415 feet halfway up the wall. And again, Grandal true to form. More than half of his hits are extra base hits. Here comes Walt Weiss out.
Well, let's go back to the first pitch from Jurgens. First pitch, a little slider called for a strike up in the zone. Jurgens trying to keep it away. Now Yasmani really has to battle. There's that 88-mile-an-hour fastball backing him up. He's going back outside. Staying alive on the breaking ball. There was the fat one. And look at this. This ball hits maybe, 2 feet from the top yellow line?
Yeah. Man. People say it doesn't make a difference. I guess that in Walt Weiss's angle, he thought that LeMahieu put a tag on Grandal in time for the out. Not even close, unless he came off the bag.
Yeah. You know, it looked like right there, that last second when Yasmani kind of came up to a knee, that he maybe lost contact with the bag, and maybe that's what they're disputing.
Let's see. Meanwhile, the game is final in Detroit as the Dodgers lose 4-1. They'll head home, ready to entertain the Padres for 4 games starting tomorrow night as Tigers take the brief 2-game series. And a chance for everyone behind Los Angeles to pick up a game.
Well, they just showed this play on the big screen here at Coors Field, and a roar from the crowd indicating that they may have thought that he was out. Let's take a look. Hand on the bag. Now watch when he comes up here on one knee. Does he lose contact with the bag there? Kind of tough to tell. As LeMahieu, check that. LeMahieu has the glove on his left calf. Now, it looked like both hands were on the dirt, right? From that vantage point.
Of course, the fans are going to see it with their hearts.
Right.
From this angle, I don't think we're going to get any better view, but let's try. Oh, there is daylight there. And overruled. He's out. So that's a second man in scoring position thrown out today. Call was overturned, as Grandal should be angry with himself. Not a good slide. And he came rolling in there and didn't maintain contact with second base.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dick. It wasn't the best slide at all.
So that then becomes a single, not a double. With Stubbs 8-4 on the putout. That's a long single, a 415-foot single. A very awkward slide.
Oh, he most definitely came off. Yep. Oh, that's a great shot right there.
That ball is drilled by Jake Gobert. That's got plenty of distance, and he will touch them all. Gobert, his first home run as a Padre, and he cuts the lead to 2-1. And again, the throw out at second base cost the Padres a run, or we'd be tied. Jake Gobert, I'll try to find that baseball out in the bullpen. That is his first major league home run.
I like the way this kid swings the bat. Jake Gobert all over the pitch, down and away. He went out and got it. On contact just above the knee a little bit. Let's check out the Fox tracks. On contact, outer third, up above the knees just a little bit. Hey, good for Jake Gobert.
A 2-1 game. That's got the home run smile for Gobert. One out to Will Venable, who doubled. And with a piece of bad luck, was thrown out at third on a ricochet off the backstop of a wild pitch.
All right.
So 2 plays on the bases, one at third, one at second, have cost the Padres 2 runs today. But they're within one, 2-1. Two to 1 last night. A 2-run homer Blackmon, a solo shot by Rivera. 2 home runs for the Colorado Rockies today from their 2 all-star players, both solo, and a home run Gobert. So again, home run derby. I guess they're tuning up for that prelude to the all-star game next week. Outside, 2-2. After Venable, Amarista.
You know, the good thing about that home run is that it landed in the bullpen, right? Easy to get that ball back for Jake Gobert as a little memento. Hard holding back the smiles.
Two runs, 3 hits for the Rockies, 2 home runs. 1 run, 5 hits for the Padres. And the solo shot by Gobert. Got him swinging. 5 strikeouts for Jurgens as we go down to Chris Button.
Yeah, 3 things to get to know Jake Gobert. Number 1, his dad built him a batting cage up in his hometown. You know, they live out there on the farm with the pumpkin patch. But, yeah, his dad built him. That's where he learned to swing. His wife, they've known each other since grade school. And an interesting twist, Pat Murphy, who's, you know, the head coach at the Chihuahuas in El Paso, coached his dad at Florida Atlantic. So coached both of them.
What goes around comes around, the small world of baseball.
Yeah, those are great little nuggets, Chris. Thank you very much. I want to ask Jake if he has ever come in contact with the Great Pumpkin on Halloween. If it's rise above the pumpkin patch.
We were talking about Dee Andros, the former football coach at Oregon State. He was the Great Pumpkin.
Oh, yeah?
Wore that orange sweater.
Oh,
and he filled it up rather completely.
Wore like a green hat, maybe?
A ball and a strike to Amarista. Singled to left field his first time. Oops. Shattered bat. Rolls out to the mound. And Jurgens throws high and Amarista's safe. He pulled him off the bag. Parker had to go up to catch it, and Amarista arrived while he was midair. That'll be a throwing error on Jurgens.
Walt Weiss out of the dugout for the Rockies. Well, let's take another look. Cued off the end of the bat. Now Jurgens has to hurry. The throw is high. Does he come down on the bag before Amarista touches the bag?
And we're going to have another delay as they go to the replay.
It was close. I love a good challenge.
Good. Take your time. Enjoy it. The fans, look at how the fans are really into it. Gosh, they're enjoying this. What a good idea. I think we should challenge every play because you never know, even though.
No, you're limited. You're limited.
Well, why do that? I mean, if you're 2 feet or 2 yards out or safe, challenge it every time. Let's make sure everything's right.
I don't know whether there was a signal from, as they're showing it on the big screen now, and you hear the roar of the crowd. Whether Parker gave an indication to Walt Weiss or Jurgens from his vantage point. Very, very close, though.
He's out.
Yeah, from that angle, it looks like for sure, doesn't it, Dick?
Yeah, it gets down before Amarista arrives.
Yeah.
So it looks like Walt Weiss is going to be 2 for 2. Come on, you're the one who likes it. Come on, give us some reportage here.
Well, they have more camera angles in New York than we have the ability to look at. So
Amarista kind of pulled up as he came to first base, knowing the ball was being thrown near him, and he slowed down, did a little stutter step. That may have been the difference in out or safe.
I want to correct myself. There's only one show today, that being our show, which is obviously the best show. And they have as many feeds as we have here in Denver as they do in New York.
Ruling stands. He's called safe and charge an error then to the pitcher Jurgens. That didn't take more than a couple of minutes. 2:17 to be exact. Falou grounded to second, his first at bat. Single by Grandal that should have been a double, but he slid over the base and was called out. That cost the Padres a run as Gobert followed with a long home run to right center, his first major league homer. Strikeout Venable, and now Amarista safe on the throwing error. 2-1, Colorado leading here in the 4th inning.
So, Dick, the Rockies now are out of challenges. They've used their 2.
That means they can't stop the game again.
And remaining for the Padres 1.
Oh, good. Well, at least we got a chance to get another one in today. You know, they claim to have the biggest rodeo here in Denver through the years. And after watching Franklin Morales last night and how he delays the game, they've named a stall out at the rodeo grounds in his name, the Morales stall.
Oh, I
great?
get it.
Isn't that nice?
That's very clever. I like that.
3-0 to Falou with the pitcher Stoltz next.
Now, is it the biggest one in the United States?
Well, it is when the rodeo here through the years was regarded.
Because I know the one up in Canada, the Stampede, right?
Oh, yeah,
Calgary, that's a huge one as well.
They have a big one in Las Vegas. Our fans that watch Fox Sports San Diego and Vegas would remind us. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Falou. Second given up by Jurgens. So 2 on with an error and a walk for Eric Stoltz. A chance to help his cause. Struck out swinging the first time. Maybe I'm thinking of the National Western Stock Show as the largest. That's what I'm thinking. But it doesn't really matter. They named a stall. They got to have stalls there, right? Because you got stock. Yeah,
absolutely.
So the Morales stock stall there. When we go out, next time we're in town, we'll go out and check it out. Two on, 2 out. A run home here in the 4th. Another pitch out of the zone. Jurgens a little shaky here in the 4th.
Hopefully he's wild in the zone to Eric Stoltz, because he can put a charge into one, and just a base hit right here.
Tying run at second, Amarista. Falou at first. Line drive to Tulowitzki. And the tough luck in Colorado continues for the Padres today. My. But they get one, a big one. Gobert, first major league homer, middle of the 4th. 2-1 Rockies. Inning here. 2-1 the Rockies with the middle 3 to come up. Rosario, Arenado, and Parker against Eric Stoltz, who's settled since the 2 home runs in the first inning. About no sooner out of my mouth, and Seth Smith looks at another home run. Rosario's 9th of the season. Third solo home run for the Rockies. Rosario rounds the bases, his 9th, and it's a 3-1 game.
First pitch of the at-bat. Off speed. Speeds up the bat. You can see Rosario had that front foot planted. Had a good rhythm going. recognized the off-speed pitch, kept his hands back, and the solo shot to make it 3-1.
Quickly erasing the home run by Gobert in the top half of the inning. So the Rockies back in front by 2. Let's take a look at our Southwest Airlines spray chart on Nolan Arenado.
You think he likes to pull the ball, Dick?
A little bit.
Yeah.
The 6 to right field must be mistakes, huh?
You know, you make a good point. Maybe get, high elevated pitches inside for you get a hard throw and he fights it off. He likes to pull the baseball.
Stoltz thought that one might have caught the outside corner. 3-1 the count. That ball hit well to right center field, but Venable has room and makes a diving catch. He had a beat on it, and then he had it sent it into overdrive, and that got him there just in time to make an outstanding play, denying Arenado extra bases.
Dick, you're absolutely right. At first, I didn't think Will was going to get to this ball. He's cruising, and then all of a sudden, he's got to turn it on a little bit and extends at the last second. Christian Orvia backing up his teammate. Great catch by Will Venable, taking away extra bases. That's a hang with him.
Arenado can't believe that he captured that drive. So 1 out to Kyle Parker. Rookie just called up. His first major league hit, his last at bat.
We've seen Will Venable make some incredible catches. I mean, the one that really sticks out to me is that one, remember, in San Francisco?
Yeah, that one going straight away. But he's so long and, gets those legs going and then long arms and able to make the dive. How many times has he made that catch?
Yeah.
Just a foot or so off the field.
Remember that one in San Francisco? That was a game winner. If that falls in, that was the end of the game.
That's right. That was one of the very best.
And I think the Padres came back and won that game.
I think they did.
They ended up winning it.
Extra innings. Took a little of the warning path in the throwing hand, the left hand, as he skidded, making that catch. Grandal ought to talk with Stoltz. 2 strikes the count. Amazing so far, all the runs scored by the Rockies by way of the home run. 3 today, 1 last night, 1 on Monday night. One and 2 to the young first baseman.
Well, Kyle Parker wearing number 16. Houston Street wore that number here as a Colorado Rocky, and he still dons number 16 as a Padre.
Strike 3 call. Parker caught looking. 4 strikeouts for Stoltz.
Hey, backdoor breaking ball from Eric Stoltz. He's got the good touch on that one. It's exactly where he wants to be.
Sends up Brandon Barnes, safe on a fielder's choice the last time.
Outside corner, nice frame job. Absolutely a nice looking pitch.
Reacts Parker as if, hey, Colorado Springs, they didn't call that a strike. Barnes came over to Colorado in a trade with Houston. Dexter Fowler, Headley with a tricky hop, throws him out. That's it in the 4th inning, but another run on a home run. Rosario's 9th of the year. It's 3-1. to Rome, Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball by Sequan, real friendly, real close. And by the Aramco Group, purchase, refinance, reverse. Visit us at aramco.biz. For complete, Rockies on 3 home runs, leading 3-1. Jake Obert accounting for the Padres score with a first major league homer. And between innings, Venable getting a high five after that sliding, diving catch in right center field, denying Arenado.
Yeah, the pitcher should be very fortunate when they look over in center field or wherever Will Venable might be playing in the outfield. And, he goes all out and he takes away extra bases this afternoon. Huge for Eric Stoltz.
Top of the 5th, top of the order, Seth Smith, then Denorfia and Headley. Smith has been on base both times with a single and a walk. Padres have had plenty of base traffic. Key has been getting that base hit with a man in scoring position. So far in the series, they're 3 for 18. 0 for 8 last night.
You know what? We've seen Seth Smith all year long. And I wanted to purposely look at the first 2 pitches from Jurgens. He is just so quiet at the plate. Even the balls that are close. He's got such great command, right, Seth Smith? He just takes it very, not a lot of movement. He just looks so calm and cool up at the plate.
Good swing there, but it's to right field, and it's still going, and that's a home run. Well, good call, Mark Grant. Nice and smooth, and glides into that ball, and it just didn't stop until it hit the Rockies bullpen. And Smith in double figures, 10th home run of the season. And it's a 3-2 game. Home run derby continues at Coors Field.
It looked like a 2-0 changeup from Jurgens. And on contact, it's up, it's away, and Seth gets extended. Well, the high leg kick, just what a pretty swing. I mean, there's not really much more you can say right there.
Incoming, says the bullpen.
Yeah.
And there's Denorfia ripping a ball into the left center field gap. He may try for 2 on this. He takes a turn, and a good throw coming in. Good thing he retreated to first base. So Denorfia has his first hit. Gee, whoever picked Seth Smith today and picked the stick is going to be happy. Let's see, 6, 7, 8 points already. Must have been Chris Budden.
Yeah. Hey, Jim Wright, the pitching coach, out to have a chat. I just thought of this. As Chris Denorfia put that ball into left center field and held to a single, as Seth Smith is getting high fives all the way around, and deservedly so. I would think if you're an outfielder here, Dick, and you're going to play the outfield, Rockies and opponents alike, you better learn a couple things here. Get to the ball quickly and work on your accuracy and the strength of your arm. Because if you're not, this is where you need to take the extra base. And Chris Denorfia was very aggressive out of the box there. But Barnes did a nice job of cutting it off and firing a strike to second base to hold him to that single.
Well, doesn't it figure, too, if the ball carries more, the struck ball, so is it a little better for the outfielders? They're going to have a little more on your throws coming in.
That's a good point.
So Denorfia, the tying run, no one out at first base with that long single. Here's Chase Headley, struck out and grounded to second, and takes a strike. Seven hits now for San Diego against Jurgens. Out hitting the Rockies 7-4, but they're still lagging by a run. One ball, one strike to Headley. And the bullpen for the Rockies.
Tommy Kahnle. Tommy Kahnle.
Haven't seen him in the series. Nope. Line drive almost hit Denorfia. He had to hesitate. Now he's heading for third. A long throw. Won't be in time. Back to first base, and diving back is Headley. Now the Padres got something going now. Home run. Smith, 2 singles. Denorfia and Headley both struck on the line. And with no one out, the tying run 90 feet away.
Well, the base runners get all the scouting reports from Glenn Hoffman on the arms of the outfielders. That's his responsibility. He takes notes on all the runners. He takes notes on all the outfielders' arms. And Denorfia, you're right, Dick. He got out of the way nicely.
That slowed him down going to third.
And Headley's got the play right in front of him. He dives back safely. But Denorfia did not break stride at all, going from first to third on that one.
Other than he had to stop a little bit to make sure he didn't get clubbed by that line drive. Now here's Grandal. Great chance for the Padres to tie or take the lead here in the top of the fifth. Infield back, they'll give up the tying run for a chance at a double play. And a long high drive to right field. If that's fair, watch out. It's high enough, long enough, and foul. Oh, so close to a 3-run home run. Man, he got into that one. In fact, so close that Bud Black isn't certain that wasn't a home run. Now you can, even before the new system of replay and challenges, a home run could be, or no home run could be challenged without costing you. And Black has encouraged this umpiring crew, Lance Barrett as the umpire in chief, and Ron Kulpa, to double check it. Jurgen's using body language to keep it foul. This is a difference between a foul ball strike and a 3-run homer as they check once again. Denorfia, looking out that way, thought it was good. Umpires are huddling.
You know, that's a tough one. I mean, unless you have a camera angle directly down that line, if you have a camera shooting straight up that foul pole to see where that ball crossed.
You know what? With all the added cameras, and you know, why not, just like in television, the goalposts in the NFL, put a camera on the top of them.
Put a GoPro up there, right?
Yeah. How tough would that be? Well, our third.
Well, I would have to say, Dick, one of the toughest calls, obviously, that ball that goes up and over the foul pole, because it's extended only so high. So in the umpire's judgment, he's got to make a judgment where that ball went out by the foul pole.
Let's take a look here on the replay if we can pick up the ball here. It's going to be tough to tell, doesn't it? By the time it lands in the seats, it's 20, 25 feet beyond the foul pole.
Yeah, you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong, if this is a bad analogy. In football, a guy punts a ball down, it goes out of bounds in the air. You know when the referee is running down the line with his hand up and the guy tells him to stop?
Right.
Same type of concept here, don't you think?
Except we don't have an official down there in the seats.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe somebody at the rooftop. But what I'm saying is,
send one of those guys out there.
But what my point is, I guess, it's where, you know, if the umpire could tell where, if in fact the ball stayed fair over the pole.
I see what you're saying.
You know, that's a tough call.
Yeah. The problem is that there's no umpire to line it up for him.
It'd be funny if there was a fan up there with his hand up and he's running towards the right.
Well, it'd be really funny if
he said, hey,
home run.
Put an umpire perched up there in a little chair, like.
So foul ball is the call. Stands. Well, that was close for the Rockies, and the Padres fighting for the lead. Still no one out. Runners at first and third.
So strike one for Yasmani.
Grandal doubled off the center field wall the last time, and it became a single. There's a throw to third, and back is Denorfia. That's a play. Grandal credited with only a single because he slid over second base, and LeMahieu kept the ball tag on him, and when he wasn't on the base, out was the call on the challenge replay. Two and one.
Well, Dick, you know, it's kind of ironic because Jurgens, in his first start against the Dodgers, he gave up those 3 runs in the first inning. The Dodgers hit for the cycle. This is the exact same spot where he hit the wall against Los Angeles. He gave up 5 in the 5th. So the Padres, nobody out, runners at the corners, trying to throw up a crooked number.
1 run in on Smith's home run. Runners at first and third.
In that 5th inning, he gave up 5 runs, 5 hits. He hit a batter, a home run. It was a 34-pitch inning for Jurgens against the Dodgers.
So when you think about it, the man at the plate, Yasmani Grandal, 2 almost home runs. One, the top of the center field fence, it became a single, and that one just missed being a 3-run homer. And now he strikes out. So 1 out. Padres are now 3 for 19 runners in scoring position.
It looks like Jurgens went with the fastball in this one. High heater, tailing away, 4-seamer.
Jake Gobert homered the last time up. Infield remains back. DeNorfia the tying run at third base. Headley at first. I still stand with my comment early in the game. I think it's going to take 6 runs to win today. Back to the 4th inning, and a moment that Gobert will treasure the rest of his life. His first major league home run into the bullpen in right center field.
That's a good looking swing, isn't it?
Beautiful swing. From the Oakland A's for Kyle Blanks. Headley goes, and it's fouled away. Oh, Headley had second base stolen. Running start. That would have taken the double play out of the equation. 0-2 now to Gobert. Five home runs today, all with the bases empty. 2 for the Padres. Smith and Gobert. 3 for the Rockies. Blackman, Tulowitzki, and Rosario. Breathing heavily, Jurgens. Outside, 1-2.
Well, there you see the workload for Jurgens. 21 in the 2nd, 24 in the 4th.
Just 1 out here in the 5th inning and 15 tosses.
See by our Fox Tracks, Southland Technology may have gotten squeezed on that. In fact, you know what? That ball, number 3, is in fact touching down and away. Didn't get the call.
Headley goes again. Ball goes all the way to the screen. Watch out here. Another carom. But he's safe at the plate, DeNorfia. And it's tied at 3. Oh, it couldn't have happened again, could it? Almost. Ricocheted strongly enough that Rosario would not have had to toss it to Jurgens covering. So on the wild pitch, DeNorfia comes home and we're even.
Well, you can tell Jurgens is really laboring out there. I mean, he's missing his spots. That one really misses big time. And a good hustle by Chris DeNorfia. As soon as that ball was by him, he's up and running, sliding towards the foul side of home plate, avoiding the tag, and moving up to second base. Chase Headley.
Well, the Padres have a chance now to take the lead. 1 out and Headley at second.
As soon as that ball got by Dick, I was thinking the exact same thing.
2-2 to Gobert. Outside, 3-2. After Gobert, Will Venable. Inning started with Smith lacing a home run into the bullpen in right center. And DeNorfia, line shot single to left, and Headley followed with a bullet single to right. Grandal struck out. And now with Gobert at the plate, a wild pitch to tie it up at 3. High fly ball, center field. Stubbs back a couple of steps. Headley is not tagging. And 2 away. So it's up to Venable to try to give the Padres the lead for the first time in the game. Will, a double to left center, and he struck out. And here comes Walt Weiss. He's got the bullpen working, and he wanted to give Jurgens a full 5 innings so he could get credit for the win should Colorado go on to win the game. But with that go-ahead score out there at second base, he's going to make a pitching change here. So a break in the action here at Coors Field in Colorado with the game all tied at 3. While he warms up, it's time for the Bill Howe plays of the game. The backstop figuring here at Coors Field. Wild pitch, but it bounces right to Rosario. He throws out. Venable, another one off the backstop, but this time the underhand flip isn't in time as Denorfia races in with a tying run. Our Bill Howe plays of the game. Who knew that the backstop would be a key player in this drama on a Wednesday afternoon in Denver? So Venable to face Canely. Jurgens' last 4 2/3. Pitching change brought to you by Drew Ford.
And Tommy Canely, the right-hander, throws a fastball, changeup, and a slider. Nice opponent's batting average, only 187. This will be his 34th game.
Good numbers, 2-1, a 2.81 ERA.
You throw a wild one once in a while. 22 walks in those 40-plus innings.
Venable with Headley at second base. Swing and a miss. Venable making an outstanding play in the last of the 4th inning, robbing Arenado with this diving play.
What a great effort. Seen Will lay out many times picking up his pitching staff.
And now a chance to give the Padres the lead. 2 outs here in the 5th.
You know, Dick, Will's not afraid also. He's not afraid to dive on that gravel either on the warning track. I mean, he very rarely wears sleeves. I mean, he's a lot of times sleeveless. He'll get those raspberries on those elbows and forearms. He doesn't care. He wants to make the catch.
Strikes out on 3 pitches. So Canely comes in, denies the Padres the go-ahead score. They get 2, however, on 3 hits in the top of the 5th inning. Halfway mark in this one. Padres 3 and the Rockies 3. Way mark 3-3. Bottom of the 5th inning. Seth Smith with his 10th home run of the season to lead the Padres. And Eric Stoltz now ready to work to LeMahieu, the pitcher spot, and Charlie Blackmon, the leadoff man. The wind picking up here at Coors Field, not a good sign. Often that brings weather with it. And it's blowing more straight in from left field. LeMahieu, a long out to right field, is only at bat. Rockies with only 4 hits off Stoltz. Unfortunately, 3 of the 4 home runs.
Yeah. And who was the pitcher a long time ago? Probably since day one. They said if you're going to give up home runs, give up the solo shots, right?
I think that was a guy named Mark Grant.
Well, that never happened because it was multiple run shots out of the hand of that guy.
Fly ball into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Denorfia gets it in. LeMahieu with the 5th Rocky hit, leading off here in the 5th inning. And Tommy Kahnle will hit for himself with a sacrifice bunt in the workings. Try to move your runner up and give Blackmon and Stubbs a chance to produce a go-ahead score. Pretty much there's not been official the matchups in the Dodgers series starting tomorrow night. 6:30 our TV time here on Fox Sports San Diego for game 1 of the final series before the All-Star break. Espana and Kershaw, Clayton Kershaw tomorrow night. That has been announced. Then it looks like Tommy Hahn and Dan Herron on Friday night. Looks like Kennedy will go Saturday and Ross on Sunday. Kennedy against Ryu, Jesse Hahn, and Dan Herron. There's a good bunt. Oh, not a good throw by Stoltz. A good play made by Falou to field it.
Hey, Saturday, it's a full day of baseball action, beginning with the Cardinals taking on the Brewers on Fox Sports 1. Then it's Baseball Night in America on Fox as Mike Trout and the Angels take on the Rangers. Then on Fox Sports San Diego, Chase Headley and the Padres take on Yasiel Puig and the Dodgers for the nightcap. Our MLB triple header begins Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on Fox.
All right, Mark Grant. Triple header of baseball coming up on Saturday. Let's go back to the matchups in Dodger Stadium. It looks like Saturday it'll be Kennedy against to be announced. That would have been Beckett's spot in the order, and he's on the 15-day disabled. Then on Sunday, Ross will draw Ryu unofficially. That's an interesting matchups.
Yep.
All right, 3-3 the tie, and Charlie Blackmon with a home run to lead things off in the 1st inning and a ground ball to short. Homered with a man on last night, and that was all the Rockies needed, 2-1 to win it.
That Kennedy matchup on Saturday, Ian Kennedy against to be announced. I hear to be announced has got a good curveball.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fastball flattens
It
out.
flattens out. He leaves it over the plate quite a bit.
Let's hope.
You know, that could be Ted Abernathy. If his middle name begins with a B, we can get that information. Remember Ted Abernathy?
Yeah, he came down underneath.
Sidewinder, yeah. Submariner.
One strike on Blackmon.
Well, the ideal situation here would be a strikeout, but a ground ball maybe to Chase Headley, keep it away from him.
Trying to punch it to left field.
Yep. Hey, there's a Tony Gwynn fan. You betcha. We're in the old 1984 jersey.
Yeah, head on the count, 2 strikes, and he gets him swinging. Big strikeout, number 5 for Eric Stoltz. 2 out to Drew Stubbs.
Well, many times Darren Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres, has told me that, you know, when Eric Stoltz gets ahead with the soft stuff, he can go up and out of the zone. That is well up out of the zone, around the Colorado on the jersey of Charlie Blackmon for the strikeout. Good fastball.
Stubbs struck out and fly to right center. LeMahieu on at second base, the tie-breaking run. 2 outs. Ball 1. Not a lot of tosses for Stoltz. Economical effort, 67 pitches. 2 outs in the 5th. Ground ball right at Falou at second base. Over to first, and the inning is over. 5 in the books in Colorado. 3-3 tie. Joining us, here's the Harrah's game summary. 5 home runs and a run home. Charlie Blackmon, first inning. Number 14, 1-0. Tulowitzki, first inning. Number 19, into the runway, 2-0 Colorado. Padres' Jake Goldberg, his first major league home run. Into the bullpen in right center, 2-1 Colorado. Willeen Rosario gets a slow curveball and deposits it. Number 9 for him, it's 3-1. Seth Smith, another solo home run. That's 5 to make it 3-2. And then after the home runs, the run home. Denorfia on the wild pitch. And able to beat Rosario's throw to Jurgens covering, and that's where we stand. 3-3, our Harrah's game summary.
Well, that's the story today, huh? The home runs, all solo shots.
Tommy Kahnle, the relief pitcher, struck out Venable to end the last inning, leaving Headley out at second. Here's Amarista. Alexi with a single to left and safe on an error. Broken bat dribbler toward third base, and Jurgens, when he was in the game, threw high to first base, pulling first baseman Parker off the base. Checks his swing. 2-0. That's in there.
Well, the Padre hitters are going to have to turn it up the dial a little bit against Kahnle, because he can get that fastball about 98. Not as hard as Jurgens was throwing.
And a foul ball.
Jurgens was around 92, even 90. So basically 90 for Jair Jurgens this afternoon.
Canley was picked off the Rule 5 draft from the Yankees. The Yankees had drafted him in the first round, up high. Full count from Division II Lynn University. I think it's in New York. We'll have to double check that. That's a new one. Maybe Massachusetts. By the mound, off the glove. Karams to second. LeMahieu backs it up for a 1-4-3 putout. Well, tomorrow on Fox Sports San Diego, you can catch Spotlight Andrew Kashner. This week, join us as we head to Kashner's roots in Conroe, Texas, and get to know the Padres ace in an intimate level. Plus, listen to insider interviews with coaches and teammates, friends, and family. That's Thursday, right after Padres Live, after the game with the Dodgers on Fox Sports San Diego. Takes us through being drafted and traded and major influences, even his rental in Pacific Beach. So I was close, just geographically a little off. Lynn University is in Boca Raton, Florida, just up the, just right there next to Massachusetts, right there. It's right
just take the turnpike up there. You're up there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. By the way, Blaine Boyer is heating up in the Pottery bullpen.
Falou has grounded to second and walked. So the pitcher spot due next, Stoltz. Doesn't mean that Medica, who's in the on deck circle, will hit. It might depend on what Falou does. Tries to bunt, misses. Three. All knotted up here in the top of the 6th inning. .95 on that fastball. Line drive, base hit. Falou delivers. 1 out single. And Stoltz indeed is going to be taken out, and Medica will be the pinch hitter. Stoltz goes 5 innings. Allows 3 runs. 5 hits. 3 of them home runs. And Eric, true to form, did not walk a man. He struck out 5.
Well, Canley, he speeds up the bat of Falou by throwing that breaking ball for a strike. It doesn't mean you can't throw him a breaking ball. You better make sure you bounce it or get in a good spot.
Yeah, the hit by Falou means that every position player 1 through 8 has a base hit for the Padres. Tommy Medica, the pinch hitter. Try to give Stoltz the lead. He would be the official pitcher in a win. He can't lose. Inside. Medica as a pinch hitter is 6 for 20 and a home run included.
He's looking for that Canley fastball. Canley may counter with that slider of his. And once again, Tommy doesn't have to swing that hard. Just square it up. Put a good swing on it. It'll go. Whether it's the gap, down the lines, out of here.
I'm thinking back to that Grandal double that became a single. 2 feet from a home run at the 4:15 marker. Yep. The line drive. How that ball just jumped out of here. You're right. You just barrel it up and it'll go. Jay Gobert has hit one. Runner goes and fouled away. A little hit and run going for the Padres. Falou checking with Glenn Hoffman over at third to see if the play continues. Seth Smith, 2 for 2 and a walk, a single and a home run on deck. Rubber game of this 3-game series. Padres win 6-1. Rockies took last night's game 2-1. Tied at 3 today. Be nice if the Padres could get the lead here. When they lead after 6 innings this year, 30-1. 1-1 now to Medica. .93 on the fastball away. Medica protecting. Houston Street still in the Padres dugout.
Yeah, he may head out to the pen. What is it, usually like the 6th inning? Remember, he couldn't get through the door at Petco. Was that in the 6th or 7th inning? He has his routine. Remember, Trevor Hoffman had his routine down to a T every single day.
Yeah, their mannerisms between each pitch. And they're kind of a superstitious lot, those relief pitchers.
Well, paying a lot of attention over there to Falou. Hopefully he misses somewhere over the plate to Tommy Medica.
Here he goes. Swing and a miss. The throw through. Safe. Lou just getting his hand on the bag. Good throw by Rosario. Medica strikes out. And the Padres have the go-ahead score in position for Seth Smith. Second strikeout for Canely.
I love that shot right there. It gives you an indication when Canely lifts his foot and then Falou is off. Very close at second base. How close was it? He gets his hand in.
That was close.
Then the swipe tag, yeah.
So Seth Smith, a single in the first, walked in the third, hit his 10th home run of the year into the bullpen in right center the last time up. First base open. We'll see how they pitch to Smith. Low ball 1. Chris Denorfia on deck. .27 RBIs, now tied with Chase Headley for the RBI lead. First in home runs with 10 with the Padres.
Interesting to see how Canely pitches Seth Smith here. Now with that runner on second base. And another visit.
Last time up, score 3-1. Seth Smith leading off in the 5th inning. High fly ball to get right on going. Jurgen's shaking his head as Smith rounds the bases with number 10. With 2 left-handed starters to open the series, Smith getting only 1 at bat, and that was a double as a pinch hitter last night. So in the series, he has a single, a double, a home run, and a walk in 4 at bats. That just missed. 2-0.
You know, if you're watching at home, we mentioned it earlier how calm and quiet Seth Smith. Just watch his takes at the plate. Watch his approach at the plate. How he just watches the pitches across the plate. He's got great command of the strike zone.
Yeah, this looks like a pitch around to me.
Yeah.
3-0. And you really don't see Seth chase much. He does not fooled often.
You really don't.
Toughest to strike out.
The only time I've seen Seth Smith do, take a bad swing possibly was a really good changeup from somebody, maybe with 2 strikes and it's around the plate. Maybe.
So 3-0. And he does throw a strike. Just in a tough spot where a hitter not going to go after that one. High and tight. So 3-1. DeNorfia hoping he gets a chance here in the 6th. Singleton scored the last time. He pulls it to the right side, and LeMahieu there to throw him out. Bottom of the 6th, Colorado will lead it off with Troy Tulowitzki. Character, Cashner, and good to get some more insights into his life.
Yeah,
anxious for him to get back on the mound. Tulowitzki leads it off, and Blaine Boyer comes in. He pitched last night a couple of batters in the 8th inning, struck out one. Got Tulowitzki to foul out, struck out Dickerson as he makes his 9th appearance.
Hey, good numbers in only 9 games, right? Or 8 games rather.
Only 3 hits allowed in almost 12 innings.
Yeah, once again, another pitcher out of the bullpen getting a great opportunity and taking advantage of it.
Home run Tulowitzki in the 1st inning. His 19th, and he took a 3rd strike his last time. Rosario and Arenado to follow against Boyer. Dust in his eye, so he backs out. And it's 1-2. If you're just joining us, 6 runs, 5 of them on solo home runs. 3 by the Rockies, 3 of the 5 hits allowed by Eric Stoltz. Tulowitzki with 1, Blackman and Rosario the others. Padres with single shots from Jake Gobert and Seth Smith. And the tying run scoring on a wild pitch in the 5th inning.
Well, we got action in the Rockies bullpen. We saw the left-hander Rex Brothers. Let's see, what night was that? Was that last night?
No, it was on Monday night.
Monday night.
Oh, you're right. It was last night.
Was it?
Yeah, it was last night.
I neglected to mark him down.
Yeah,
so thank you.
1 inning and allowed a couple of hits, but escaped without a run scoring. Strike 3, and caught looking again is Tulowitzki. That's the 2nd time today he struck out standing.
Hey, big pitch from Blaine Boyer. And great location. Well, it looks like it splits the heart of the plate. You know, if Troy's thinking that one was down, it most definitely was not down. It was a good frame job as the left-hander Brothers heats up for the Rockies.
Ed Rosario steps up. He struck out and hit a home run the last time.
Oh, that's right down the heart of the plate, knee high.
See ya. .96 on that fastball from Boyer.
Oh, yeah, he's got good fuzz.
Yeah,
good fastball. That's a term the left-hander Bud Black likes to use. Talk about pitching. Hey, buddy, what's this guy got? What's his fastball? Good fuzz? Nice bender? Good change of pace?
Chop to short. Amarista gets a big hop. And there's 2 away. And as we promised you, we have the AT&T fan photo. Tweet your photo to hashtag SD fan photo. A chance to be shown in an upcoming telecast brought to you by AT&T. Sally, a fan of Will Venable and Chase Headley.
Oh, that's a nice photo with the Tony Gwynn statue out there. Very nice.
Yeah, she framed that just right to get the Gwynn statue right between the 2 ladies. So 2 outs to Arenado. Grounded to short. Robbed of a hit by Venable's sliding catch in deep right center. Strike 1. And Boyer all but out of baseball a year ago. He returned to a minor league contract with Kansas City, pitching in 13 games at AAA Omaha, and then went to Japan to finish 2013. He said that while he was in Japan, he rediscovered his good curveball. Joined the Padres as a minor league free agent before this season. Looked like they've got themselves a bargain, this 32-year-old right-hander. High fly ball center field. Venable easing back. And Boyer works a 1-2-3, 6th inning. We go to the 7th, and Kristen Orfia will be leading it off for the Padres with Headley and Grandal to follow. 3 tie. How about our Fan Diego fans of the game? Yeah, that caught our eye right away. The Tony Gwynn 19.
Yeah, those jerseys, especially the Gwynn 19 jerseys, are not hard to spot, especially the brown and gold and orange. Nicely done. And, hey, we've got some Conroe fans. Andrew Kastner, homemade sign. Andrew Kastner. We're from Conroe.
High school, 2017, I guess. Maybe the young lad with the Conroe T-shirt. Must be a big deal there. They have your own T-shirt, Conroe, there in Texas. Nice. Got the big lake, as we heard. He lives on a big ranch himself, and Dad with a ball diamond there where he grew up. Locals would come and play ball, still do. Rex Brothers, we see him here in the 7th. Chris Denorfia to lead it off, 1 for 3. Singled and scored the last time, scored the tying run. Ball 1.
Hey, be sure once again to tune into that spotlight, Andrew Kastner, after the post game tomorrow, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
That'll be after the Dodgers and Padres. 6:30 our TV time for the first game of the 4-game series prior to the All-Star hiatus. Despaigne and Kershaw tomorrow night. 2 balls and a strike. Brothers 91 on that fastball.
There's Andrew. He's locked in.
3-1.
Rex Brothers. Well, if you need a refresher course on the left-hander, 3-pitch pitcher, 90 to 96 on the fastball. Slider, changeup.
Drive to center field, a base hit for Denorfia. He greets Brothers, leadoff man aboard. 2 hits for Denorfia. He had 3 last night. And here's evidence of the men we're going to see tomorrow. Despaigne looking for a 3-0 start. The Cuban right-hander against the ace of the Dodgers staff, Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw 10-2 with an ERA of 1.85.
And that's why this game is so great, because you never know what you're going to expect. Did the Padres beat Kershaw 3 times last year?
Yeah, no hit Kershaw earlier this season. So you'll want to be tuned for that. It all begins at 6:30 tomorrow night on Fox Sports San Diego. Chase Headley turns it around, hitting right-handed. A single and 3 at-bats from the left side. Padres now in double figures in the hit column. They've out-hit the Rockies 10-5. Out of play. 2 strikes on Headley. So Chris Denorfia has had himself quite a series, hasn't he? 3 for 5 last night, 2 for 4 today. And the first game he was 1 for 4 with a walk.
I wonder who picked him today. Picked this day.
Yeah, let's check that out. Strike 3 called, and Headley caught looking for the second time today. 1 away. And here's Yasmani Grandal as we look at the keys to the game. Brought to you by your Honda dealers of San Diego County.
Well, the first one was hit with runners in scoring position, right? Padres 0 for 5.
Keep the ball. 0 for the last 14.
Yeah. Keep the ball in the yard. Well, Eric Stoltz, he allowed 3 home runs, and that's where we stand. 3-3 tie.
Not your best day, but hey, there's always tomorrow.
And always keeping them close, too, right?
Yeah. The ball gets away from Rosario, and that'll move Denorfia into scoring position. Let's see if they call that pass ball or wild pitch. He got his glove on it. Grandal, but for a base running mistake, a sliding mistake, that's got to be a pass ball, don't you think?
Who knows how they're going to score that? I agree with you, Dick.
I'm going to put down PB until I hear otherwise.
And you know what? You are absolutely correct. They just ruled it a pass ball.
Back to Grandal. He drove one on a line off the center field fence about 2 feet from being a home run. And it carried him right to the center fielder Stubbs, who made a good throw to second base. And Grandal, hustling into second, was there in time, but made a slide, came off the base, and LeMahieu tagged him. It was a a challenge replay, and they called him out. And wouldn't you know it, right after they made that call, Jake Gobert came up and hit a home run. So it cost the Padres a big run. They'd be in front right now. He has struck out the other 2 times today. Batting right-handed for the first time. Laced foul way upstairs. Well, here is that play. He kind of tumbles into the bag on his slide, then comes off it. And LeMahieu wisely just keeping the tag, riding right on him. And there he comes off the base and is out.
In that first shot, did you see Tulowitzki? He was immediately pointing towards the dugout and saying, hey, get out here. He had a good view of it as LeMahieu kept the tag on him.
1-2 to Grandal. Denorfia, the tiebreaker, out at second. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Yeah, the final game of a series on the road. You get to go to the next stop. It always feels good to get on that airplane having won, and especially if you've won a series, and that's where the Padres stand. The opportunity is there. Foul back.
Here's that one play I was talking about. Watch Troy Tulowitzki as he comes into the frame. Right, see lower right. Watch Tulowitzki. Up, come on out. He had him. He was off the bag.
Better watch out, Ron Culpa out there at second base. Tulowitzki going to take your job. Again, the 2-2 pitch from Brothers. Up high.
You know what I don't understand? Looking at the schedule, tomorrow is July 10th, correct?
That'll be the 191st day of the year.
First time that we've been to Dodger Stadium.
And we've got to go 3 times.
Yeah.
And the season's more than half over.
How messed up is that? In the division, about 100 miles away.
3-2 and ball 4. So first and second for the Padres. Brothers' first walk, and Jake Gobert will step up. Gobert, 2 fly ball outs and one that didn't stop until it landed in the bullpen for his first big league homer. The other 2 times flying to right and to center field. Fastball pitcher, fastball hitter. But lefty against lefty. Gilbert in the lineup with a right-hander starting, and he fooled on that pitch. 0-1.
Yeah, only 3 home runs given up this year by Rex Brothers in 37 innings prior to this outing.
Three tie, but the Padres have 2 aboard. Denorfia at second, Grandal at first, 1 out, and 0-2. Couple of sliders. Jumps in front.
Yeah, you know, Dick, you would think with the stuff of Rex Brothers that he would be really devastating against left-handed hitters. Lefties are hitting 246 off of him. I mean, it's not lighting the world on fire, but still, it's not, like 160 or 180.
Right.
He's got to think left field right here. That's the way they're playing him, to go the other way.
Quick work of Gobert. 3 straight sliders, and Gobert unable to make contact. So 2 strikeouts for Brothers here in the inning.
Away. The sweeper coming right over the top, and the swing says right field, and the pitch is down and away.
And looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter, Rene Rivera, for Will Venable. Rivera with his 6th home run of the season last night. That'll bring Jim Wright out to the mound. Boy, Wright, he's got to be the league leader pitching coach going to the mound. He was out there 5-6 times last night. He wants his pitcher to get it right. And plate umpire Fagan will try to hurry this along. Let's go to last night. The only run scored by the Padres, it came after a double play. Connecticut bounced into a double play, and Rivera stepped up and drilled this one to left field. 6th home run of the season. More home runs this year than his entire major league career combined.
I'm sure Jim Wright going over the scouting report. Just a little refresher course for Rex Brothers.
Venable had a double and struck out twice. But as a left-handed batter, Bud Black pulls him back and inserts the right-handed hitting Rivera. Padres are about due to get a base knock with a man in scoring position. They're 0 for the last 15. 0 for 6 today.
Yeah, got to bust out right here, huh? Maybe something to go their way here. Rex Brothers threw a nice change up there and got squeezed. And Fox Tracks by Southland Technology says that's a strike.
A good strike. That one wasn't. 2-0. May with 6 homers and 22 runs batted in. Not full duty, so that's been a nice bonus for Bud Black. His hitting, his catching has been A+. Oh, one after one in the dirt. That was 3-0. Breaking ball.
Yep, slider.
Not happy with that last effort. 2-1. Two outs. Tenorfi at second. Grandal at first. Ready to roll on anything. And high and away. 3-1. He can sit on his pitch. He was guessing fastball 2-0, and he got a slider in the dirt. Ground ball, shortstop Tulowitzki gets the force at second. And the Padres denied in the 7th. Leave 2 more. They've left a man in every inning. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. by Petco, the power of together, and by your San Diego Lexus dealer. So the Padres' struggles with men in scoring position continue. 0 for 8 last night, 0 for 7 today. So 0 for 15 in the 2 games as Grandal trades his catcher's mitt for a first baseman's glove. And Rene Rivera enters the game behind the plate.
Everybody's moving all over the place, Professor.
Smith goes to right field. DeNorfia to center. And Gobert from first base to left field. That's massive changes by Bud Black. A whole new defensive alignment. Boyer stays in the game on the mound with the infield of Headley, Amarista, Falou, and Grandal at first. New outfields, Gobert in left, DeNorfia in center, and Smith in right. And Rivera now behind the plate for Boyer. The rookie Parker takes a strike. Got his first big league hit back in the second inning, a line drive left field. He struck out the last time. Starting quarterback for the Clemson Tigers as a freshman and sophomore, 2009-2010. That one nubbed to Boyer and an easy play. 4 in a row retired by the right-hander.
And you always love those quick outs, first outs of every inning.
Brings up Brandon Barnes. Grounded out twice today. And LeMahieu to follow. In the 7th, tied at 3. Padres have had runners in every inning, scoring twice on solo home runs and the other on a wild pitch. Raised some eyebrows when the news came out a year ago that the Rockies traded Dexter Fowler to Houston for this man, Brent Barnes. Fowler's done a good job with the Astros. They like Barnes. Right-handed bat, outfielder. Hitting .253 with 3 homers. Good high heat, 95.
You know, looking back at these first 2 games, now this game with Blaine Boyer coming into the game, but the relievers, Thayer, Boyer, Torres last night. Quackenbush, Stauffer Monday night. Did I miss anybody, Dick? Because I neglect sometimes to put them into my book.
Thayer, Torres, and Boyer last night. You're right.
You know, they've done a good job as far as getting outs, because we know pitching in this ballpark how runs.
Strike 3 called. Caught the outside corner on the rookie. Or rather Barnes, not a rookie. And that's 2 away, and the second strikeout for Blaine Boyer. Well, a reminder once again, if you don't know, the All-Star games next Tuesday, folks, are just getting out of the cave. How was it in there? The All-Star Classic Tuesday night on Fox. Special coverage begins at 4:30 on Fox Sports 1, followed by the 2014 All-Star Classic, 7:30 on Fox from Minneapolis. Swing and a miss by LeMahieu. He's fly deep to right and single to right. Boone Logan is warming up in the bullpen for the Rockies, and in case LeMahieu reaches safely, it looks as if Josh Rutledge will pinch hit for Rex Brothers. That barrels in there, going consistently at 95 for the red bearded one. Here's Logan, lefty. Padres have Amarista, left-hander, due up first in the 8th inning. And if pitcher's spot, fellow pitcher's spot, and then of course back to another lefty, Smith leading off. Outside. A little more on that fastball, up to 96. There's Josh Rutledge. Foul back. Well, Josh Rutledge is of some fame there on the on-deck circle because he took a very valuable property away from Fox Sports San Diego. He married Laura McKeeman.
Yeah.
How dare he?
Well, you know, Josh Rutledge, going into this year, he had 1 intentional walk at the big leagues. Mark that up to 2. Intentional walk down the aisle with Laura McKeeman.
Very good. Ooh, that was close. Taken by LeMahieu, and the count levels at 2-2.
Pounding the strike zone. Blaine Boyer just following like Dale Thayer. Torres last night. Monday night, Quackenbush and Stauffer. They've done a fine job. Because we know how games can get out of hand here, especially when you get into the bullpen.
Got him. 6 up, 6 down for Boyer. 3 punch outs for the right-hander. On to the 8th. From Fox Sports San Diego post-game show, Emmy Award winning, so stay tuned. Boone Logan with the Yankees the last 4 years, picked up in the offseason by the Rockies. 24-12 his major league credentials before coming here to the Rockies, but his ERA way up there after 23 games.
Yeah, an opponent's hitting almost 300 at a 295 clip. Boone Logan, a 2-pitch pitcher. They fastball and the slider, 90-95. 2 lefties for Walt Weiss. One we've already seen, Rex Brothers. Enter Boone Logan.
Grew up high school Boone Logan in the same city that houses our AA team, San Antonio Missions. Amarista, Falou, and the pitcher's spot. Here in the top of the 8th. Waved that and missed. A single to left, safe on an error, and bounced out 1-4-3 the last time. 3 runs, 10 hits for the Padres. They've left 9 on base. 3 runs, 5 hits, an error. For the Rockies, they've stranded 2. 1-1. Carlos Quentin down in the dugout with a bat. He might be the hitter for Boyer. Scheduled 3rd in the inning.
He's in the hole, right?
That's what you say. On deck, in the hole. You don't use that expression much anymore.
I know. You hardly hear it. I mean, that's going back to the days playing wiffle ball in the backyard in Little League.
Joaquin Benoit getting ready.
Hey, who's leading off this inning? Well, Enberg's leading off. Well, where's Smith? He's on deck. Where's Grant? You're in the hole. Love that.
Yeah, that was common.
Yeah.
Fly ball right center field. Stubbs is there. One away. Falou singled to right field and stole his first base. They'll turn it around, bat right-handed. So 2 hits for Smith at the top of the order, 2 for DeNorfia, 1 for Headley, Grandal, Gobert, Venable, Amarista, and Falou. Every man in the lineup pitching in that hit column, but none of them coming with a runner in scoring position. A couple of home runs, Smith and Gobert, with the bases empty. Yeah, they say he didn't make an effort on that. Ball 1. Big right-hander, Adam Ottavino, pitched last night, starting to loosen up in the Rockies' pen. He's trying to get a run for Benoit and Street to work with. Chop to third. Arenado will let it roll, foul. U-turn for Falou, and he comes back with a count, a ball and a strike.
Looks like Walt Weiss talking with bench coach Tommy Runnels, number 11 there on the right.
Pretty good hitter in his day, left-handed infielder, left-handed hitting infielder. Ground ball, second base, LeMahieu. And there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Carlos Quentin with 2 outs and the bases empty.
Hey, great job for Blaine Boyer, as Carlos Quentin now will hit in the pitcher spot. Outstanding. As Dick mentioned as we went to break, 2 perfect innings with 3 strikeouts for Blaine. That's good to see.
The strength of that Padre bullpen, with Boyer being added to the mix, makes the Padres. I mean, if the trade does happen in July, and there's no assurance there will be, strike one. The Padres, if they have a richness in a roster spot, it certainly is in the relief corps.
Yeah. Before yesterday's game, they were first in the National League in ERA 2.46. Second Major League Baseball as Joaquin Benoit heats up for the Padres.
And 2 strikes now on Quentin.
Well, you talk about a gentle giant, Joaquin. Calm, cool, suave, tranquilo, take it easy. Good guy. There he is.
Meanwhile, Quentin with 2 strikes on him has had a terrific year as a pinch hitter. 4 for 9, 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in off the bench. But down in the count, 2 strikes. And he swings and misses, strike 3. Rosario will make the put out at first base, and the Padres go in order in the 8th inning. Still tied at 3 in Colorado. early on, first inning against Eric Stoltz. Leadoff man Charlie Blackmon homered for the second straight game, his 14th of the year. And then Troy Tulowitzki followed with a laser liner for his 19th home run of the season, and it was 2-0 early for the Rockies. Padres would get one back when Jake Gobert hit his first major league home run into right center field bullpen. But answering that home run, bottom of the inning, Willian Rosario to left field, number 9. And it was 3-1 Colorado. You like home runs? Seth Smith, another, leading off the 5th inning. Number 10 for Smith. There was 3-2. Then singles by Denorfia and Headley, and then a wild pitch, and Denorfia able to score and tie it up at 3. And if you weren't with us, you can make a real case for the Padres being ahead 5-3. Back in the second inning, Venable had doubled, and while he was at second base with one out, there was a wild pitch. Venable going to third. The wild pitch caromed off the brick wall right back to Rosario behind the plate, and he threw out Venable. And wouldn't you know it, the next batter up, Amarista single. As Benoit works on Rutledge. And another incident in the game. In the 4th, Grandal nearly homered, a couple of feet off the center field fence. But as he made his rolling slide into second base, came off the base and was tagged out. So instead of Grandal being at second, where he would score on the home run by Gobert, he was out. So there's 2 runs the Padres didn't get with events on the bases. But it's 3-3, and we're in the last of the 8th, and Josh Rutledge hitting for the pitcher. One and one. Here's Venables at second base. Here's the wild pitch. He's got to go to third, right?
Right.
He takes out. Look at how far the ball caromed right back to Rosario, and then the out made it third. And here's Grandal. That's a double. Yep. Nope. So he swims in there and came out of the pool. Was tagged out. 2-1. And Rutledge with the count leveled at 2-0. On the season, hitting at .284, 102 at bats. Does anybody not hit well here in Colorado? Yeah, their team batting average is .279, best by far in the National League and the major leagues. I think there's something like 20 points ahead of whoever's in second place.
Yeah. Seems like the battle cry here in Colorado is, hey, score 4, give up 5.
Well, the Padres hope they can get to 4.
Yep, exactly.
And their record is 28-4 when they do, and to win they'll have to score 4.
You know, we talked about Joaquin Benoit and the success that he's had. You know, he takes his time out there as well, but he throws strikes. There's a difference when a guy takes his time and is not around the plate, right? Benoit takes his own sweet time, no doubt about it, but he's a strike thrower.
Needs one here, 2-2, and he gets it. Slider for strike 3. Rutledge goes down swinging.
The Benoit slider off the plate. Rutledge has to protect. Swing and a miss.
Brings up leadoff man Charlie Blackmon. A double and a 2-run homer last night, and the 2-run homer won at 2-1. And he homered to lead off the first inning today.
Hey, Dick, looking at scorecard management here, Walton Weiss still heavy on the bench. He's got Dickerson, Morneau, Culberson, McKinney.
You got the All-Star, potential All-Star Morneau that many feel he'll be voted in as the 34th man. If not, he'll probably go to Minneapolis odds for the home run derby. Line drive to center field. Blackman's aboard again. And a good base runner leads the team in stolen bases.
Now looking at that bench, McHenry is the backup catcher, so those are usually the guys who are used last. As Culberson, wow, going into this series, he wasn't swinging a hot bat at all. Charlie Blackmon, I stand corrected.
So Drew Stubbs has struck out, fly to center, and grounded to second. See if Walt Weiss, he likes to let his runners go. Not this time, and it's ball one. 95 on the fastball. Uh-oh, that ball is hit hard to right field, back to the wall and gone. Stubbs goes the opposite way, the fourth home run for the Rockies today, and they take a 5-3 lead. Number 9 for Drew Stubbs. It's such a home run target. That ball probably caught on the warning pad at Petco. Blackmon scores in front of Stubbs. 5 runs, all on home runs. 4 solo, and now a 2-run blast.
Oh, it looked like a fastball that kind of leaked over the heart of the plate. And that was a good-looking swing by Drew Stubbs because he hit it. He didn't try to pull it. He squared it up where it was pitched to take it the opposite way.
So Benoit, who's been almost, well, he's gone 19 straight outings without giving up a run, gives up 2 on that swing.
That's only the second home run given up by Benoit in 36 plus innings going into this game.
How about that? The Rockies batting order, the first, second, third, and fourth men have all homered today.
First runs allowed by the bullpen of the Padres in this series. They pitched well.
Tulo has a home run and a couple of strikeouts. Chalk up another home run as he nails that one too. 5 home runs today for the Rockies. 2 by Tulowitzki. He has hit the 20 mark in home runs. Well, that's the most home runs hit against the Padres this year by far. Might have to go back a ways to find the opponents hitting 5 in a game.
That looked like some type of cutter or maybe a slider off the bat of Tulowitzki.
Rosario comes up to clean up, and he has a home run. A 3-3 tie, broken wide open on a couple of home runs. 6-3 now, Colorado. Yeah. Sadly, I predicted it would take 6 runs to win. Now the Padres need 4 in the 9th inning.
Hey, you know what? With the way Joaquin Benoit and the pitchers in the bullpen, as LaTroy Hawkins sits down in the Rockies bullpen, I'm just kind of basically looking at my scorecard here, some numbers.
Got the save last night, by the way.
This being the 37th game for Benoit, right? If results are going to be like this once every 36 games, I'll take those chances.
Absolutely. I mean, every pitcher's going to have an off day. Every hitter's going to go over.
Yep.
That'll make it out of play. 2 home runs in the first, Blackmon and Tulowitzki. Rosario homered in the 4th. Bases empty, and now here in the 8th, after Blackmon singled, Stubbs a 2-run shot to the opposite field, and Tulowitzki his 2nd solo blast to left. And a 6-3 Rocky advantage as they try to take the rubber game of this 3-game series. Swing and a miss, and that's the first out of the inning. Make that the second. I'm sorry. Rutledge, pinch hitter, struck out to start things. That'll bring up Nolan Arenado. It's the 10th time in Tulowitzki's career he's hit more than 1 home run. And the 2nd time this season he's done it. Arenado robbed of a hit by Venable in center, 0 for 3.
You know, those are the type of hitters and players you expect that to, right? Multiple home runs in 10 games. Speaking of multiple home runs, Joaquin Benoit has been so good in his career. Last time he's given up 2 home runs in a game was back in August 9th of 2012. That was against the Pinstripers, the Bombers, the Yankees.
Number 14 for Blackman, number 9 for Stubbs, 20 for Tulowitzki, 9 for Rosario. First 4 men in the batting order for Walt Weiss, all going deep. Fly ball to center. Denorfia out there. That's the long part of the yard. And the painful 8th inning for Benoit comes to an end. 3 runs for the Rockies on a pair of home runs. We go to the top of the 9th. Padres need 3 to tie.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Well, we were wondering the last time the Padre pitching staff gave up 5. Well, they gave up 6 at the end of last year. Remember at Petco against the Giants? Pablo Sandoval hit 3 in that game. And it's now 6-3. As every run scored in this 3-game series by the Rockies on a home run. 6-1 on Friday night. The Padres won. The only run, Drew Stubbs' home run. Last night, only 1 home run, but it was with a man on. Charlie Blackmon, that won at 2-1. And, well, you know what's happened today. 5 home runs. 1 with a man on. And so home run or nothing for the Rockies.
And last chance for the Padres here. Maybe the home run will be the story here against LaTroy Hawkins. 15-16 in saves. That one blown save was against the Padres.
Got the save last night. And Boone Logan stands to be the winner. With Benoit, of course, the pitcher of record to take the loss unless the Padres come up with a big rally. Hawkins last night went 2/3 of an inning. Gave up a double, pinch double to Seth Smith, who leads off here in the 9th. That was it. One ball, 1 strike.
We mentioned it before. No lead is safe, especially 3 runs here in Colorado. It can turn in a heartbeat.
1-2.
Oh, look at LaTroy Hawkins flipping it up there. We talked about it the other night. 95 on the fastball still. Into his 20th season.
41 years young, Hawkins.
Oh, the quick pitch. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He didn't go to the set. He just came up and kicked his leg. Mixing it up a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Nobody on base. You can do whatever you want.
Since May 24th, Hawkins has allowed 1 earned run in 14 2/3 innings. 2-2 to Smith. couple of hits for Smith today and a walk, a single, his 10th home run, 2 for 3, bounced out to second his last time up. Denorfia with a couple of hits, both singles, to follow. And there's some rain coming. 40% chance was the forecast. Some dark clouds off to the west.
Yeah, you never know here, huh?
When those flags start to turn and point toward the left field corner, then it seems to be bringing in the rain. High, and 3-2 pitches. Deposited Seth Smith at first base. A leadoff walk. And Chris Denorfia. Well, the Padres need to get another man on, bring that tying run to the plate here in the ninth. Denorfia flied out, struck out, and then singled the last 2 times, scoring a run.
Now that last pitch right there, LaTroy Hawkins came to a complete set and then kicked and fired. Going to have to come set here with the runner on base now.
6 for 13 in the series. Denorfia, ball 1. Flags of the teams in the NL West in order of their position in the standings. Dodgers, Giants, Padres, Rockies, D-backs. Modestly questioning that strike call. Was off the plate, as you could see. Dino had reason to be surprised.
Yeah, Southland Technology doesn't like that call. And rightfully so. The proof is in the pudding.
And now the count 1-2.
Well, that mascot they've got here, Dinger the Dinosaur, he always perches himself behind home plate in the last inning.
Why is that?
I don't know. Tired of his act. Anyway, the reason why they have a dinosaur here for their mascot is because when they were excavating here and digging, they came across dinosaur bones.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. They were going to call it Jurassic Park, but they stuck with Coors Field.
High chopper towards second. Smith has to hold up, and that forces the play at second base and doesn't give the Colorado Rockies the double play. That was the right move by Smith, as Denorfia safe on the fielder's choice. 1 out to Chase Headley. 1 for 4. Padres left 9 on base last night. They've left 9 plus a base runner aboard here in the 9th inning today. Headley a single back in the 5th inning. He struck out twice and grounded to second. He was the big hitter in the Monday night win, 6-1 with a 4 for 4, 4 for 5 actually. Strike 1. Hit well, but big gap out there in left center for Stubbs to cover, and there's 2 away. Back to first base, Denorfia. Yasmani Grandal steps up with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Grandal just missing a home run, wound up with a single. He struck out twice and walked. And as you mentioned earlier, the tying run is down in the hole.
There you go.
Well, actually, the tying run's in the on-deck circle. The winning run's in the hole.
Right.
Gobert is on deck. If Grandal can keep it going, and a foul ball, that'll force Denorfia to come back. No one holding him on. Gusty breezes here at the moment in Coors Field. First baseman Kyle Parker playing behind the runner now, conceding second base to Denorfia. But Grandal fouling that first pitch off. Dino takes his lead, and he'll be off again. No, he doesn't go. Strike two. Late swing by Grandal. That fastball by him. 94 miles an hour. The attendance announced 26,212. The attendance almost identical for the three games. 26,782. Last night 27,600, and then 26,000 again today. So down to the final strike. Grandal trying to keep it alive. 0-2. High fly ball. This should do it. Left fielder Barnes comes in and makes the catch. The ball game is over. Padres succumb to the home run power of the Rockies. 5 home runs, 2 by Tulowitzki. The Rockies take the series. Final score 6-3 over San Diego. As we head to our Southwest Airlines studios, Padres Live with Mike Pomerantz.